Welcome back, blade lovers, blade aficionados, fans of folding knives, fixed blade knives, and on and on and on. Glad you're here. I would like to present to you a new knife, and my first knife from Orion Knives. There it is. Orion Knives, and this is the Cetus. Comes in a nice little cardboard box with a hard foam insert, and I will tell you just a little bit about this one. I'm going to open it up so you're not frustrated that you're only seeing it folded. There it is. Very unusual shape. It's called the Cetus. And according to Orion's website, the Cetus, sometimes known as the whale, is one of the largest constellations in the sky. The name comes from the shape and the look of the knife when in the open position rather than the size of the model. So meaning it's not a large knife, but it's a pretty good sized one. Curved spine provides a bit of optical illusion as the cutting edge looks like a recurve. The edge is actually straight and easy to sharpen while providing a downward tip for little to no knife angle when tackling the tape of your newly arrived shipment from your favorite retailers. Okay, it's 14C28N, and here are the specs for you. Somebody has already asked me due to my Instagram post. Here we go. We'll go kind of slide through it slowly for you, in case you want to freeze frame that. Okay. And I'll read off those stats, those specs when the time comes, rather than put the tape on it, although there's probably some missing measurements, so I'll make sure I grab those. Now, it does say a 60/60 aluminum show side and a 420 stainless lock side. Somebody has already asked me what the backspacer is, so let's take a look around while I'm chatting. Very nice jimping, very useful, very grabby, fairly widespread on it, and definitely works. No slipping around there. Pretty good stock to the blade and out to the point. Hollow ground, okay? Kind of looks like a straight razor, but actually that edge is, he says straight, but almost appears to have a little bit of a belly to it. Kind of look like what they do with some Warncliffs. Got a good sharpening choil. Got an interesting barbed wire logo there. Might be his Orion. No, it's not barbed wire. It's like a comet with, I'm reading it as stars and a line. So Orion. Obviously astronomical language that I don't necessarily understand. 14C28N blade. It is really a frame lock, kind of a hidden frame lock if there's such a thing. But yeah, the whole frame does go in there, and the grips are onlays. They do make this in a very nice wood, and I think in a green G10. Now, somebody asked me about this backspacer. I have not disassembled the whole thing so that I can isolate this. So I don't know if my magnet's getting attracted to, see, now that they say is aluminum, and that would make sense. But as I go over here, that's the 420 stainless, and I'm definitely attracted with the magnet to that and to the clip. So we got a steel clip. We've got a steel lock side, 420 stainless, I believe he said. And we've got aluminum over here. So I would say the backspacer is aluminum for those that have asked, okay? I'm going to say it's aluminum. If you find out differently, let me know. Black G10 on this one with a nice grain to it. 3 screws, no 4 screws, holding it on. And we have a nice provision for the deep carry clip on both sides. One interesting thing is, here it is. I get an extra clip. Usually when you get an extra clip, it's different when you switch it over to the other side of the knife. This one just looks like a spare because it's a straight clip, does the same thing on either side, slips underneath the scale and screws in. So that's a nice job. I like it when they do it that way. And then, you don't need to put little grooves and milled out areas in the scales in order to accommodate a top mounted clip. Feels very secure in the hand. Got about 3/4 of an inch left over. For you karambit fans, you can actually hold it this way and it can sort of feel like a karambit type knife. There's a definite bow to the knife, kind of like a whalebone, I suppose. Hole opening, so flipper, yes. Good jimping. Detent, it's pretty easy to fail it looks like. Follow through, no problems. Middle finger flick it, yes, with the opening hole, or roll it out with the opening hole, or almost, let's see, yeah, you can flick it out with a little wrist using your thumb. As I say, the detent is definitely decent. Can I shake it out? Nope, can't shake it out. I possibly could use, there we go. Yeah, if I do a rolling wrist flick in the reverse position, I can flick it out. So I'd say like, on the light side with the detent. Not a sharp break, but certainly takes enough pressure so that I don't think it's going to come open in your pocket. They've buried the tip down deep enough so you don't have to worry about it, even though we've got a great blade to handle ratio there. So 14C28N blade. Let's read you off the specs if you didn't see them already and freeze the screen that I showed you earlier. So we've got a closed height, that's seldom given, of 1.43 inches. The weight is 4.2 ounces or 21 quarters. They're very, very interesting on this website. Clever. 60/60 aluminum show side and a 420 stainless lock side. Stainless hardware T8 D-shaped pivot means that pivot will lock in and doesn't spin freely. That's a good thing. T6 body and clip screws, designed and based in Oregon. Cutting edge is 20 to 22 degrees. The blade stock is 0.126 inches or 3.2 millimeters. And it is 14C28N. So overall length, I don't think they're giving us, we'll break out the tape. The specs from manufacturers' websites are very often incomplete. So let's just do it our own way. 8 inches I get right there. I get to the handle, I'm going to call it 3 3/4, just shy, cutting edge, like 3.4 around there. And blade stock in millimeters should be consistent with what they gave us. 3.1, I think they said 3.2. Might be pressing a little hard. Or I think they said 1.26. Yeah, 0.12, call that. Don't have to get it exactly. Handle thickness, which they didn't give, 0.57. And we'll do the weight anyway. And again, these are my measurements. My equipment may not be perfect, so don't trust it 100%. 4.37 ounces. So not really bad. We don't have any weight relieving. Let's take a look. Nope. No weight relieving. And again, there's that, you may not like that color. It's a gold color. It's kind of cool. Works for some knives. And we've got the company name printed right there, Orion Knives. You know, I can imagine this being pretty good for any kind of point work or even edge work, particularly with that being a relatively fine hollow grind. It's definitely a hollow grind as far as I can feel it, and there you can sort of see what's happening with the grind. Putting it up against a bigger knife, Rat 1. Rat 1 edges it out by almost an inch overall. And Griptilian, I think it's going to be more the Griptilian size. Yeah, Griptilian's actually a little bit longer. Interesting. So, you know, roughly 3.5-inch blade. And what are we saying? 8 inches. So, I mean, it's a good medium-sized knife. It's not small. And the weight's not a factor. At around 4 ounces, a little over. You can use the fuller to flick it. You don't have to use the thumb opening hole. If you follow through on the flipper tab, no problems. Drop shut, very nice. Doesn't take much effort. It's smooth. I don't know if they said it's on bearings, but it would, yeah. I can see the bearing cages in there. Very nice. What is it locking up on? Well, it does lock up on a pin right there. Kind of a hook to the tang of the blade, wraps around it, and very nice and solid. No movement, no blade play, no lock rock. Very, very nice. I like it. Let me know if you do. And don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe. I'll be back with you soon.